Reports are suggesting that Marvel Studios' New York Comic Con reveals are only the tip of the iceberg, because Marvel is apparently going to completely try to take over the conversation, as DC Studios is set to have a pretty major presence. So Marvel is going to strike back with more Daredevil details, but also a bunch of projects for TV are going to be revealed here that are part of their initiative for the future. Nothing like the smell of a new Comic-Con or a new mega explosive event where Hollywood can come out and announce a slate of projects that will undoubtedly not be fully realized. Enter Marvel Studios, enter hopeful fans, enter New York Comic-Con 2025. There's been a lot of buzz for New York Comic-Con this year, specifically because every single leak that was out there in regards to San Diego Comic-Con fell flat on its face. It was so flat, it looked like my wife's chest before her implants. Don't worry, she vetted that joke. It's fine. Okay, let's get to it. So most of you know, Marvel's HQ used to be New York. Like, all of Marvel was based in New York. We're talking about films and everything. When Marvel Studios spun up, they decided to go more Hollywood, obviously, and then the two companies were independent of one another, more or less. Marvel Entertainment, which owned TV, comic books, and action figures, was in New York. Their home base was New York Comic Con. San Diego was for, of course, Marvel Studios, and Hollywoodized version of Marvel. There was a distinct difference. They would slowly start to merge, and then inevitably, everything kind of got rolled into one Marvel. Everything's under Marvel Studios now. So, it kind of makes sense. It's a lot easier to deal with. But Marvel is going to New York Comic Con, and we know there will be a presence there from Marvel Studios. So what we're going to do is break down the leaked projects and announcements expected to be here. And don't worry, there's actually stuff that we might just actually be seeing. Okay, so the big thing that I think you can expect is Marvel Television. Obviously, Marvel TV is not what it was 10 years ago. It's not what it was even 4 years ago. Marvel TV right now has essentially been shot in the leg and left to fend for itself in the middle of a hungry, infested forest. Let's put it that way. They're kind of just limping, and soon there's barely going to be anything Marvel TV that matters. We can pretty much see that the writing's on the wall. So we know there's a couple leftover projects. Wonder Man is coming out at the end of the year. There's been nothing in regards to Wonder Man. The expectation is our first official trailer is going to drop here courtesy of Marvel TV, and I would not be surprised if this does happen. I think this is pretty much a guarantee. Along with the poster and some sort of hype up for Wonder Man about 2 months out, it's that prime time. It falls right in these 6 to 8 weeks. It's perfect. Everything here lines up. The other one is Marvel Animation and Television Division. We are expected updates on multiple projects. Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man Season 2, X-Men 97 Season 2, and a couple other things that are in development. Now, some of these might be targeted at very young children, other ones, all ages. Whatever the case is, we are expected, and it has leaked that we're going to get these. Now, again, whether or not these leaks are real, as I always say, take it with a grain of salt. You never know. There's just a lot of guesswork that can happen. So it is what it is. But let's get into the big ones, right? Some of the big rumors. So our first look at Vision Quest. Now, truth be told, Marvel Studios never really goes themselves. They don't bring the big guns. They don't like this type of thing. They don't want to do the New York thing. I personally don't see this. What do they have to show? They just recently wrapped production. If anything, I could see a poster maybe, but that's really it. But the thing I think is guaranteed is Daredevil Born Again. Like, the main cast of Daredevil Born Again will be joined by Kristen Ritter, and also John Bernthal was just recently announced, and Mike Coulter Luke Cage will be there as well, and part of the Marvel panel for the Defenders. chances are this is where they make an announcement. If anything, Daredevil Born Again Season 3 maybe gets confirmed, or Season 3 ends up being a Defenders reunion. So, whatever the case is, I think something with Daredevil is guaranteed, like 100%. Now, let's talk about the trailer. Daredevil Born Again Season 2? Probably. I think this is where you drop the teaser. Now, again, the series isn't coming out till March, but before then, you got the Punisher special. And we know that's dropping before Daredevil, they said. So wouldn't surprise me if they also drop our first look at that there. And since we've already seen so many leaks from the set of it, they don't really have to worry about that. So I think a good amount of stuff will be announced. They're just not going to blow it out to the extent that some people believe. But let's talk about why some people believe our first look at Avengers Doomsday will be here. So some people might have forgotten this, but one of the years I went, I remember I specifically didn't have time to go to the Marvel panel at the time. And at that New York Comic Con panel, they showed off the trailer to Guardians of the Galaxy. There is now belief that since there is going to be a Marvel Studios presence, although not a large one, that they might also drop a behind closed doors look at Avengers Doomsday. Now, while this is all great and people are super hyped, they just recently had D23, and that's for investors, shareholders, and the most hardcore of hardcore fans, and they didn't show anything to them. And these people pay good money to get in there and are the most loyal Mickey Mouse ear-wearing Disney adults you could ever imagine. If they don't see it a month and a half later to show it to people that just wander into a random Marvel Comics panel, I'm sorry, I don't think it's going to happen. Again, I'm sorry I'm disappointing you with these videos. I see the feedback, but do you want me to set your expectations realistically? Or do you want to go somewhere where they're going to tell you that Secret Wars is also going to bring Tom Cruise out on stage to face off against Robert Downey Jr. as the superior Iron Man, right? Like, guys, I got to be a realist with you. I'm really just trying to set your expectations to not be disappointed. If anything, for Doomsday, they might show us the cardboard stand-up of Doctor Doom, the same one we saw in China, that same exact banner, and maybe something else Doctor Doom, because now it's out there, But whatever it is, then it becomes more official than anything, What I'm expecting from Avengers Doomsday, if we get anything, is a poster. People keep saying teaser trailer. You are not going to get the teaser trailer at New York Comic Con, unless it's behind closed doors, and even then, no. And I would say the likelihood of it being attached to Avatar is far higher than it dropping at New York Comic Con. Because make no mistake about it, Avatar will be the biggest film of the year. So if you attach the trailer to it, or you say, hey, the post credits to Avatar Fire and Ash are your first look at Avengers Doomsday, you're selling tickets. And Disney is in the business of selling tickets and getting people to watch films. So there you go. Thank you for checking out that video, and thank you for your continued support. Feel free to like, share, subscribe, do whatever you will, and if you're so inclined and would like some additional content from us, which includes unfiltered content and bonus discussions, we do offer exclusively in our member section. We hope to see you there. So thank you for watching, and have a good one.